Good evening, everyone. I'll ask the town clerk Ryan to please call the roll.
Teresa DeSantis.
Here.
Joe Camarada. Here. Brett Holland. Here. Tricia Rodoka.
Here. Let's please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you for all coming out on a nice summer evening. We'll begin with privilege of the floor. It's a chance for petitioners to have 3 minutes to speak and address the board. So is there anyone here tonight that would wish to address the board? Okay, go ahead, please. Okay, yeah, Sharon. You want me up here? That's fine. You're good right there. We can hear you, I believe. Okay, this is the problem. Oh, yes. Sharon, would you state your full name for the record, please? Sharon Scott. Sharon Scott, thank you. 48 State Highway 7, Oneonta, New York. Go ahead, please. Thank you. As you know, we've been having a problem with the neighbor and the rat situation. It's gotten worse. His yard has gotten worse. Clint's been out there, but he doesn't understand wildlife that well. And there's no way you're going to go out there and sit in a chair with a thermal. Those things smell you, those things see you, they take off. We've been trying, he says, well, I have to see one. Even though he's seen the damage they've done, even though he sees what's going on. As you know, just in 1,700 Persian carpets that was going to be wrapped up, ready to go to Sotheby's, they got in my basement and shoot them up. That's $8,000 I lost just there. And Lord, you can tell them what you had to do with the foundation.
My name's Gordon Huggins. I live at 5348 State Highway 7 in Oneonta. I had to cement the walls outside, inside. I've been setting traps all over, caught a bunch of rats, caught a bunch of babies. Every time I turn around, I always find more and more. I've shot 7 rabbit skunks already.
By the authority of the DEC that was out there.
I've ran over about 20 copperheads and about 10 rattlers that's out there. They go across from field to field from both yards, which is nothing but laid down brush and everything else. I've asked the guys if they need my help. I will take my New Holland, help them get it all out. I will help them in taking my lawnmower over. I will take anything over to help get their places cleaned up. Even on the east end, I know a neighbor down there had 4 of them really. Has been saying how they've been having problems with the rats in the sumacs that have been growing up over their property. And then they turn around and said how they've seen skunks and other things, and I said, well, I try taking care of whatever I see, and the guy says he appreciates what I do, but he says, hopefully somehow the matter will come to a head after everybody's been complaining for over 7 years, going on 8.
And the 7 years that we've been coming in here with it, nothing's been done. And then I'm told at 5342, Romani, that has the rats. His kid will come and tell you when the garage is open. You see them in and out all the time. You can see the holes they dig to get in there. And almost 30 years I've been there, I haven't even had a mouse at my place. They moved in, they go over, they got new neighbors at the old Bertie at 5352. They've been going through the whole neighborhood, which they do because they get so cluttered. Clint wanted me to get one so you can see it. You tried it.
The only way that we can do that is if we get a bucket or a tote and fill it with water, fill the board, and put it in there and let them go and drown themselves.
The thing is, we had 6 rabid skunks.
7.
Butterman came out on the one. DEC, He shot it. And he says, he said, you see another one? Got that. Go ahead, my permission. We did 7. And they're all coming out of 5346. They go down in the sumac. His fence is a mess. We cleaned off what's coming next. I cannot let my dog in the backyard. I don't go in the backyard because the sumacs are killing me. I gotta go to the doctor. This man does nothing. And he says, well, the town says as long as it's not around their house. Excuse me, that property, the grass is this high. He's got wood in there, rotted wood. He's got brush. He's got broken showcases in there. He's got the snakes coming over from the other place to get into there to get the rats. We've got ravens, hawks, you name it. It's gotten ridiculous. And that also backs up to the properties on East End Avenue. At this point, they're a health hazard. You've got kids out there, those little beans from the sumacs, that little girl picks one of those and eats it, they got a problem. If a snake comes over and bites them, they got a bigger problem. They got 10 minutes. I'm a retired doctor, I know. This is a mess. And nobody's doing it. I appreciate Clint, he's trying, but he doesn't really understand well.
Well, it's good that you contacted the DEC as well, so.
I contact DC and also National Forest. And I contacted, and they're gonna, one's gonna come out, and he's gonna be contacting the state. They wanna know why the town code officer hasn't done something. He says, well, I'd have to get a warrant. I says, well, if you're asking the judge for a warrant to go on the property by New York State, they said you can go on his property. I says, you're not gonna sit there. I've had people tell him to his face. I was here and seen the rat run across their porch.
Well, we'll relay to the code officer that you were attending, and
I'm not gonna put this much longer. I have to go leave it. Because it's making me sick. It's making him sick. We can't even use our yard. If you come over, and you're all welcome to look at my property, the grass is this high, everything is spotless, it's clean. I have chickens. My chickens are clean. We're in there. He's in there all the time. If we have a swimming pool in there for him, we take them out like today. Scrub them clean. Keep them clean. You have to keep your animals clean. And if you look back, when my late husband was alive, we had horses. We were down there 4 times a day cleaning. We had things for the flies all around it. The neighbors love. They're saying, when are you getting the horses back? I said, I'm not.
well, thank you, and you're doing your due diligence to keep clean on your part, so.
But we gotta get this cleaned up, because even the DEC guy said, both properties on either side of me are drastically violations.
And you're welcome to, if there are code violations with your neighbors or something, you're welcome to file a complaint on that, so.
Well, I'm telling code enforcement, so what do you want me to do, write it up?
Well, he may want you to write something up formally.
He didn't tell me that. He
You
says,
can ask.
you gotta bring me a rat so I can see it. I said, I'm not bringing a rat down here.
No, I don't think he would say that either. There must be a misunderstanding with that.
I gotta see
But
it.
we'll move on. Yep, thank you. Okay, noted. Thank you. Anyone else wish to address? Yes, go ahead, sir. Please state your name even though you signed in for us.
I'm Richard Thomas, 163 Stillwater Road.
Hey, hi. Go ahead.
I'd like to know what the town plan is for Stillwater Road.
In what regard?
Well, it basically needs to be resurfaced real bad. And the bridge that they patched last year is just like going over a ski jump. Okay, I'd like to have something done with that. I've noticed that there's paint markings on the road, UD with a number on it on both ends of the road. Do you plan on doing something there?
Our highway superintendent is hearing what you're saying, and I will bring this up and we will discuss this with him in highway committee, so. But the UD markings, whose markings are they, do you know?
I don't know, if somebody painted them on the road right off when you come off County 47 onto Stillwater. On each side of the road, there's UD and a number. And then right down, either on the end of the road And on the end of the road, there's a paint stripe all the way across the road with a UD and a number written on it, or in paint. Okay, so I figured you would probably have a plan of some
Okay,
kind,
so
maybe.
markings.
Think so?
Yeah, Cody said he gets me.
So that is us. We have 2 more roads we're gonna pave this year. It's gonna be Young's and Stillwater. Those markings are so that we can go in and prep the roads, ditch, cut shoulders. You know, we're doing some brush work now. We just started over there today on Young's. We're gonna resurface them. So we're at the beginning stages of that. So it will be done hopefully within 2 months.
So you're gonna resurface
It'll
your
be
black.
totally redone. We have to do some work before that, but you'll have a new surface road.
What I wanna know. Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank
You're
you. Thanks for attending. Anyone else who wishes to address the board?
I'm sorry, it's all clear.
Okay,
Thanks, Cody.
all right, we'll move forward. Hey, Ryan, would you please let us know when you need to pivot to the public hearing for the ethics repeal and replace, okay?
That's in the legislative session, so.
Okay, so move downwards, okay. All right, then we'll continue forward, with reports and announcements. We have the ethics board report.
No report, I don't know why it keeps getting.
That's okay, well, it's probably as a placeholder in case you'd ever like to say something or bring something forward. But we're waiting for the repeal and replace too. So we have our public hearing tonight, so we're glad you're both here. Thanks for coming. Okay, next, Pat Jacob, the climate smart report, please. We did meet.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we have some grant opportunities, possible grant opportunities for Climate Smart. It's good, we have the potential for some significant grant money depending on what we're eligible for. So there's one that's up to maximum grant of 200,000, minimum grant of 10,000, which is a planning for biking and walking. We have another one, which is greenhouse gas mitigation project, which is reduction of vehicle miles traveled. So we feel that we might be able to encompass the West End sidewalks that need to be done into that grant opportunity. So we're hoping for that. And we discussed naming it West End Safe Streets to Schools Green Sidewalks Project. So that, you know, it hopefully will qualify. And we, as a town, our match can be from in-kind equipment, town labor, engineering, that sort of thing. And also, we will qualify because of our
Our status is,
our income level.
okay,
So the grant is typically at 50%. We might be able to go as high as 80% because of our socioeconomic status in that area. So Amanda is helping us with that. And then we also discussed there's another opportunity for grants under renewable energy, which is also a greenhouse gas mitigation project. And so we thought, first we were looking at Fortin Park, but Solar Liberty, the engineer from Solar Liberty didn't feel that was going to qualify. So one of the things we thought about would be the highway garage. We might be able to place solar on highway garage. We have a town hall roof and have that funded by grants. So they're looking at those grant opportunities. So the grant deadline to submit, I believe, is the end of July. The town board needs to pass an application resolution before that grant deadline. So we can get you the information, but it has to be, so it's going to be sent by email typically, because that's faster. So, and you know, it'd be helpful if everybody reviewed that, because if the resolution isn't passed, the grant fails. And then everything has to be installed, I believe, before December. I have it here somewhere, December 2027. Yeah, equipment must be installed by December 2027. So if we got moving on, if we got the grants in and they were approved, we could get moving pretty quick because we worked with, I mean, we have to do the whole bidding process again, but we had really good luck with Solar Liberty. They're great to work with. And I believe they're on that list where you don't actually have to do the bidding the OSG list. So depending on what the board thinks, that would be an option. And because they know us and because they know this the building set, we might have better luck with being speedy enough, but the sidewalk, that's gonna be a little bit tougher because they require things with that sidewalk, like tree plantings or bioswales. And it's gonna be difficult in that area because you don't have a lot of, you have sidewalk and then you have, property. So, we were gonna see if maybe homeowner tree planting, if we supplied the trees and the homeowners planted them, does that qualify under the grant? Because that's gonna be a lot trickier, because you don't have space to do any of that stuff.
You said West End, do you mean, not West End here, but you mean
That,
Butler?
over by Butler Street, yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
that area about.
Yeah. Yeah, because those sidewalks are all chewed up. And some of the residents spoke about the fact that they're flush with the street, so they get a lot of, mess from when plows come.
Mhm.
You know, they're all cracked up and stuff. But I mean, if we could get that covered with that grant, we could get a nice chunk of money towards those sidewalks. And we know the town would rather not do excavating, so that could be something the money went for. But other stuff, I mean, I would do plantings. We did that for the,
Trees for Tribs, you
Trees for
helped
Tribs.
me on that, we did that along the Butler Street,
I'm good with that.
yeah.
So yeah, so we can, you know, we can explore that, but if you guys are interested, there must be a resolution passed before the end of July. So we can call a special meeting and you can, you know, but it's gotta be reviewed.
So let's make sure, Pat, you and I are in sync as soon as something comes, because MVET is assisting us in the application there.
For the meeting before the end of July, so that we can all be on the same page and get everything.
Then that would probably be a good impetus to, you know, a good, that would keep that.
Yeah,
So, okay, please revisit with me and we will.
I sent an email.
Yeah, we'll get our date set. So, yeah, MVET is working on that. Alex Herman is also providing them data that they need, like approximate ideas of cost, things like that, whatever that he can supply them to help them with the entry information.
Chris, is there
Yeah,
any
and
reason we
so-
can't make resolution now? And would we have to, I mean, simple resolution supporting the project? I mean.
We have a few projects coming up that require resolutions. Will is planning on doing a meeting closer to, you know, as they come in from all the entities. We have Highland applying for CFA for the comprehensive plan, and we have MVET applying for different grant opportunities as Pat discussed. So I think we first of all have to get those things. I mean, they're working towards those dates. I feel that once they'll be sending us resolutions. I don't know if we can vote on the abstract, can we, I mean, without having them?
I wouldn't if you had a chance to review, but
I'd like you to review as well. So, yeah, it's kind of inconvenient, but at the same time, it would just be a short meeting by the end of the month. Once everything is in, we'd be able to get that meeting to approve resolutions.
Yeah, it's been 4 weeks, so I asked them for another meeting. I mean, I'm in the Adirondacks. Nothing, no cell service, nothing.
Well,
So next week, but we can do it the week after. Yeah, and see, but you know, we need to wrap it up and have it firm.
Or even if you want to, we could squeeze Friday, I don't know, but we can talk.
And then the other thing, and then the solar projects for the highway garage, if you guys are interested in pursuing that, that's another grant opportunity. And Brian is great to deal with from Solar Liberty. He'll give us a whole bunch of ideas. And then we discussed the old town hall, which Dale is painting, and it looks great. And they're talking about grant funding for rehabilitation of that structure for possibly a community hall or something else. So it needs a chimney to get it weather tight, needs a sidewalk. So they're going to explore funding, grant funding for that. And then the other thing we talked about was pedestrian bicycle pathway along County Highway 8, but that is a county highway. So we have to have county input.
And you've got county representative too, you know, we can get his ear. So,
Yeah.
yes, that's something that would be great. That's been a long time wish list. Pat, thank you. No, thanks for your work on this. I wanted to say Dale Webster painted the old town hall schoolhouse. Have a look at it when you guys go by. It's beautiful. It's a lovely job that he's done. So Thank you, Dale. I mean, he's trying to, put some TLC into it to make it, more attractive for getting some help.
What has primary now?
But it looks enormously better. You gave it, it's a big facelift. It's lovely, so.
And he put up, he made the old school side, he painted the old school side, District 9 school.
Now, and the attention to detail, by the way, you used a vacuum to get the dust out of when you removed the screws. So that dust wouldn't get, kudos to you, Dale. So I'd hire you anytime if you're looking for work.
I don't wanna, did we get a waiver of like liability? Like, did you sign one?
No,
We should get that, I know, and I commend you for doing the work, but if there's lead paint there or whatever, you're putting the town in jeopardy.
Yeah, it would probably be a good idea, Chris.
I think,
You should just sign a waiver, so. That's
and
good.
I asked for that a couple months ago. Nothing ever happened. Apparently Bill said, all right, I'll go up there and buy some paint and go at it. So I did.
We'll get you a
I
waiver.
appreciate it now, but I'm just looking out, I think we should have a waiver.
I've asked.
You can get one, right? Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Good, Pat? All right, we'll move on. The Otsego County Representative Report, Eamon.
Earlier, it's weird. I don't know a lot. It's been pretty calm. I sent my report to Ryan to email you with like links and stuff because it had the disease update, which you would ask, like kind of look that over for the county.
A couple minutes before we started, so I didn't have a chance.
Yeah, it was really just so I could talk about it and then you can look at it as a follow-up.
Okay,
So I'm not going to necessarily get into the nitty-gritty. If you want to look into the disease reports for June and find out about, or July, really no, June, look for like tick stuff and it's there. Okay. I'll just go through the big things that got passed. The Southern Transfer Station got board approved. We're going to bond up for it. That's a $6.5 million bond. The nice thing though is solid waste is the only department in the county that actually makes money and it stays in the black out of all departments. And so bonds are not scary at all in that regard. Let's see, they approved a contract with Deckard Technologies. Have you guys talked about Deckard at all? So it's a national data corporation that digs into short-term rentals and creates transparency. What it really does is it uncovers people who aren't actually claiming to be a short-term rental and not paying the taxes and registering. And so they create a bunch of like, I don't know if they're bots or people, but they go in and they really check out and then it's a management platform. County is paying for it. So we're going to have access to it. And I imagine the county planning department is going to do the legwork and bring reports to you, but that's going to be really, really good. I saw and met Deckard at the NISAC conference, and Ulster County used them, and using their platform, they doubled the number of registered short-term rentals. So even if there's a little bit of output, it's going to be huge. So I'm going to ask how we disseminate that to you, what the time frame is on that. And I also put in there a YouTube video on their platform called Rentalscape. So if you look in the PDF version, it has a link to a YouTube video on the platform and what it does. Let's see, comprehensive plan application went through and it's going to be submitted as part of the CFA. I met with the town of Milford about a new boating site. I talked to you about that. They were super excited about it, obviously. I'm meeting with town of Middlefield next week, again with Brent over at Canoe and Kayak to keep that going. Before I dig into the taxes thing that I've been researching, I was curious about, have we through the CFA, I'm so new to the CFA, have we in the past, or are we this year applying for any of like the New York like environmental protection funds for parks, anything like that?
I'm not aware of that one.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty high.
In the past?
We were funded, have applied.
Okay. And then also, have we ever touched the local waterfront revitalization funds?
Well, the city
Was doing something, right?
The town and the city there's a joint application for that.
When was that? Do you know?
They haven't had a meeting in,
4 years, all right, 4 years ago.
not probably close to 2.
I was gonna say they haven't.
Yeah, it's well over a year, cause I was on that, and
Oh, were you?
nothing.
I'm trying to dig stuff up on the planning. Trevor Fuller at planning was like, well, you should reach out to the city. And
It
so
was the city was the lead agency basically on that, and the town agreed as part, I'm not really sure what our share was. But
okay.
yeah, because a lot of the waterfront revitalization actually was on town property.
Yeah.
Then they were gonna traverse through the city. They had maps, if you remember.
Judy Pangman is who you wanna get a hold of.
At the city.
Yeah, they'll answer you. Because they had an engineering firm, I mean, a lot of work done,
Yeah.
a lot of meetings.
They gave
and
a
then
tour, if you remember.
radios. It's nothing. As far as I know, they had, I mean, unless they have, they're not telling, letting all the people that were on the committee.
Well, I heard about it through Mark Davies because he was on the environmental
Right,
group
has he
there.
been into?
Well, he's off that
Oh, okay.
committee. And I saw it at CFA. It's like, where did that go?
Yeah, like
So,
months and months ago, I emailed them and there was nothing happening.
Judy Pangman.
Pangman.
Okay. I was just curious about that. And then this tax thing, I think we talked about it at the end of last meeting, trying to figure out our share of the taxes. And I have been talking to Alan Ruffles. I've met him 3 times this past month, and he is funneling me data. He's connecting me to a representative up at NISAC named Daniel Lucas. We're going back and forth on this preemption. What is preemption? We have this agreement that city can preempt 12% of all sales tax. How does that agreement break? Can I break it with a legislative, decision or a resolution of the county? And I'm getting into it, and it's good. But I just wanted to share the data that I've looked at. He sent me every single county and how they preempt, and the whole state, which was really interesting. And apparently only 10 counties don't preempt. So it is a pretty common thing. They all do it slightly differently. The average preemption is about 28% per county that do it. We have 24% of our sales tax gets sent off to municipalities. And then I looked at the town of Oneonta and how much money we receive. And I know, Brett, you brought up that we don't receive enough, and we haven't for a long time. But I did some of the numbers, and even if we just were to disperse the 24% based upon population, we would gain almost 50% more money. So not only are we the greatest tax creators, but even if we just forgot about that and said, hey, let's just do it based on population density, we'd receive an extra $360,000. So there's something flawed there. And I know Will was thinking about drafting a letter and getting everybody here to sign it. And I'm going to sign it.
We sent it to Brett, yeah.
It needed a little work.
Yeah, I don't want to send it too quickly either. I want to kind of really have the position, so that way when the letter gets sent, I can also present the resolution. I talked to Ed Frazier, and all we're going to do is say, this agreement is dated. Everything's changed in Oneonta. Sales tax are now being collected through Southside Oneonta, which is in the jurisdiction of the town of Oneonta. We need to create a task force, attorneys to dig into this preemption and look at it. And so I want to kind of try to correlate that letter with all of the research, and I'm gonna go meet with Alan again about it.
That'd be great, 'cause Cody, that's a truck a year if you're doing the math there.
We've been talking about that. Sorry. That bundles right to my world.
Well, it should be more than reason, but
It's not only that, it's the roads, we have high traffic on, 205, 28 corridor, and, Chestnut Street and Night Street.
Yeah.
Which are all state and county roads, but still, we have a lot of issues, with roads ourselves that we need the funding for.
well, and also even just as All-Star Village changes, we need more civil engineers to do more traffic studies. Like we just have a need because people come here. So I'm just kind of digging into that. It's interesting. The data is there. If anyone did want me to send a report, I could, but I'm going to keep on digging and reporting out as we go. Besides that, I don't have anything else unless anyone has something to bring back.
Yeah, that's great, thank you.
Thank you for advocating.
Did you send your report to the whole board or?
I sent it to Ryan to forward.
Okay.
I need to make a group with all of you in it. But okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Okay, Ryan, the town clerk report, please.
Nothing to report so far. I think that reservations are steady over at the park, so that's good news. We've had some issues with tables moving. But again, there's not much we can do in terms of pointing fingers. All we can ask is that they get put back. It's on the application. We can't prove who did it, so it's kind of, I mean, it's only come up with documented twice.
Like moving long distances or just moving?
Hang on here. I mean, which is, I mean, they're ginormous tables, I mean, they're heavy. So it's a feat to do it, but if you have the Boy Scouts, they're gonna gladly help you out.
If they can.
Otherwise, Steve's got the forks down. Take care of his.
They've taken them out of hangar 2 and put them in hangar 1 twice.
Do you think it's parties? After hours or?
I really couldn't tell you this last
Say
time
it's
because
people actually running.
supposedly the person that had hangar 1 and hangar 2 and 1 were rented that Sunday. And they talked to the person, Ryan, you talked to somebody in hangar 1. They said, we never moved it.
They were there.
And I'm like, so you mean to tell me this after you left, somebody went and got the tables out, put them in there? I don't know. There's no way to prove anything, so I just moved them back.
Was that the first incident this year?
No, there was one graduation party, but we got them to move back.
Yeah, that one,
People are pretty good about it. We just talked to them and they're like, oh,
yeah, it took them a couple of days, but they did it.
They did.
Normally we just tell them and they do it.
Yeah.
But if you can't, if somebody says I didn't do it,
Ryan, did anything else before moving on? Okay. On highway, water, and sewer, I'll start with a thank you to Cody and your crew for the storm damage cleanup, and all the day-to-day operations that go on behind the scenes so we can get through on the roads. Thank you. The Woodland Water Project update. We met yesterday, an hour prior to every highway committee meeting. The Woodland Water Project committee meets. Tammy Harris is on that, and the highway committee members, and Alex Herman. And he, let me just pull my notes out real quick. So Jared has been flushing the Woodland Water hydrant weekly now. We haven't had any current complaints, likely because there's more water flowing in the system, a lot of water car wash. So it's, we really don't know, but right now it's nice that the complaints they're not coming in. But in Nicole's office is a cooler available, so if you know someone, we'd like to know too, please, if anyone on the board hears from a neighbor over there that there's water issues, there is a sampling available. They can put the sample, bring it to Nicole's office, and it will get tested for metals. Tammy Harris is a big help too. She set up a group email to help look for funding to help diagnose the problem. Alex Herman, the engineer, has put together a draft of a request for proposal. This is part 1, the request for proposal looking to diagnose the problem. So he will send that to the town board, and the attorney will make sure to get a copy to see that. And if you'd like to have any input and you'd like to bring it before the board at the August meeting for consideration as a more immediate fix, because we know that the pipes won't actually be replaced, but it would be wise to do our due diligence in diagnosing. I believe that was everything. Does Joe or Teresa, you were there, do you have anything to add before I move on? And Cody was there?
I missed the meeting obviously, but who is Nettles? Is that the testing?
Oh, the metals test, to test for metals in the water. Thanks.
I thought it was a company that,
Oh, thanks for checking. No,
But
that
it's-
test for the metals that might
who
be.
does the testing?
I don't know, he's got the cooler, I don't know who he's sending it through.
Is it close to the city or, you know?
Well, I don't know what I used on South Side for us, so our,
Adirondack.
Adirondack.
okay. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say Jarrett will know if, yeah, right, there's Adirondack. Okay, the next thing, paving update, Cody, please.
I think you guys heard my spiel on that already. Young's in Stillwater, we're working on trimming trees right now, and we'll be doing shoulder work, and just need to get the paving crew scheduled. So everything should be completed with that. I'm getting some numbers for some crack sealing too, try to keep some of our good roads good. It's pretty much it for paving, most of that's been completed.
Great, thank you so much.
One thing I got to ask yesterday.
Yeah.
The striping.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that?
DOT. You can get the DOT to do it.
Yeah.
Just ask. Honestly, that's how I got it.
And some of that has been totally random, even I hadn't even known until you drive the road, like let's take Winnie Hill, for example, last year. That was random, yeah, I think they just ran their paint cans out one day, happened to be on Winnie Hill, you know? But
Yeah, and they usually do it fall. Like,
Yeah,
I
most of
remember
that's in the
asking
fall.
Jimmy, like, well, why do they do it in the fall? That's because they got like a circuit they go around.
Yeah, they're taking care of all their stuff right now.
Yeah.
I will look into that.
Please put it on your radar, Cody.
Yeah.
You literally, I called about Brown Street, they did it within, it's like 48 hours.
Awesome.
I didn't think it was gonna be that easy.
Yeah, awesome.
Phone call, but they were happy, they said, we have the intermunicipal agreement with you, correct? We said, yes.
Mhm.
Well, they sure we did.
Yeah.
They said, we'll do it. And, done. We'll set.
Yep, good.
And Cody, we also got some good news on the East Street culvert update. Kevin Reardon has begun to survey and get his portion done at the culvert site, and you talked with Alex, and he's hopeful that he could get the appropriate culvert in, and with the town doing the work, which saves so much money.
Yeah.
You know, we're hopeful, aren't we, that we could do it before the fall.
Maybe that, if he gets everything surveyed and gets his report back to Alex, we could have something from Alex by the end of the month, which is amazing, but we could be playing a waiting game with, the next phase.
Are you thinking of precast?
Of having precast done. It's such a saturated market right now with all the grant money that.
I'd say there's 6 months to 8 months out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to Alex this morning. Actually, the survey was being done today. And he thought within 2 weeks he'd have the survey back and preliminary proposal.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Have you reached out to LMC recently?
I haven't, no.
LMC, precast company in New York.
I spoke
Specifically road.
to them earlier in the year and they were already booked out September, October before they could get something on site, so. I can't imagine they need time, but.
Cancellations or.
Maybe.
We'll take a crooked one on you.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the Fortin Park, over at Woodland Water, the insertion valve that was in your email packet. Let's see. I'll read through the stats quick, just so you have the information in case you didn't get to see the email. We have, the Fortin is it's under the Southside Water District. It's a 12-inch valve insertion at the well house to isolate only the well house rather than shutting off all of Woodland Water District in the event of an injection line issue or a chemical feed pump problem. This is covered under the remaining grant funding. So what we have is Glenn Davis had a quote, and that was in our packet. $19,690 to Glenn Davis. He's working under TK Harrington, so that would be covered under his bonding and bonds and insurance. Okay, so this is how that would go. It's covered under grant funding, and TK Harrington gets $4,500. It's about 15%. That's common to get that fee on top of the work being done. So, This is technically, Nicole said this is technically a change order to the previous meter grant. And like I said, the funding is available, so what we're looking to approve is a total of $24,190 for the valve insertion, the 12-inch valve insertion at the Woodland Well House. So I would appreciate a motion to approve, and get a second, and we have discussion. Or discuss now. Questions?
I do. Did we just at our legislative meeting on Monday say we need things 10 days in advance?
This was in advance. Email, Brett.
No, Trish, you just sent the quote today.
I sent it to you because you said in Monday you didn't have an email, and the quote was actually available to us. Jared was
perfectly on time.
Okay.
And this was well in advance. Cody and Jared always have their information on time. Board members, we could take a lesson. So, we have $24,190, okay, for the valve insertion. So, is there any discussion if we're not ready to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Teresa.
It looks like a good valve.
Yep, and it's covered. Joe, would you care to second, or I can second? I'll second. Okay, is there any other discussion on this topic?
It'll be good to have it isolated
It will
from
be
the rest
good.
of the system in case there's an emergency.
Thank you so much, Teresa, I agree. If there's no discussion, then I'll ask Ryan to call the roll.
DeSantis.
Yes.
Camerata.
Yes.
Halloran.
Yes.
Real Kent.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. The other thing that Jared sent out well in advance was the, let me pull this one up, the Aqualogics. This is wiring, chemical pump wiring modifications, chemical pump control wiring modifications. That's $2,700. Okay, and that is, I want to just read what Jared sent on that in the email in case anybody couldn't read their old emails. Jared wanted us to know Aqualogics installed the chlorine pump analyzer on June 29th. And this is a field service quote for $2,700. This would be to install wiring to create a far simpler on and off system for chemical feed pumps for many reasons. We would be free to use the pump if this were the case. It basically would tell the outlet to come on when the well comes up, when the well comes on and go off that way as well. This would allow us to purchase far less expensive chemical feed pumps and make swapping and repairs much easier. Another thing he went on to say, if Aqualogics performs what this quote says, we'll be able to troubleshoot, repair, and or replace chemical feed pumps an easier way than it is set up right now. Once the pumps we have currently need to be replaced, we can replace with far less complex pumps, and it will create a considerable cost and efficiency savings. Right now, we would need a direct replacement pump if one of them went down. So that was the justification and the simplifying the step by adding $2,700 to authorize for this chemical pump control wiring modification, and that's through Aqualogics. So I would request, do you want to discuss any further, anyone? If not, I'd like a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I'll second the motion to approve the $2,700 to Aqualogics. Any discussion? Okay.
Can we get a tour once he's got them in?
How nice. That's a great idea. Okay, so Ryan, would you please call the roll?
DeSantis.
Yes.
Camerata.
Yes.
Halloran.
Yep.
Real Kent.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. Okay, so I believe we've covered all of highway, water, and sewer.
Trish,
Yes.
Deputy Supervisor Trish, West Oneonta sidewalk update. Did we do that?
For heaven's sakes. Okay, no, we didn't do it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I want to thank Cody, and I want to thank Joe too. You're getting input. We've got some bids. We're still looking for more bids to come in that are more within our range. So they're actively working on that. So thank you. It's out there. We need to get another bid, some more bids, but thank you for your work to obtain them. We're talking about the section of West Oneonta sidewalks from Reinhardt to Forest Lane. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. I didn't want to forget that. It's an important thing to keep moving.
Before we go, you gonna go on to a different topic?
I was going to go to a different topic if
Okay.
Cody or Joe or Teresa.
I'd just like to say, our brand new truck is out there. I had Cody park it out there. You could, more than welcome to go over and look at what $380,000 truck. That's what you get. It's a pretty nice truck.
Ordered a few years ago, right?
Took a while to get, but you know, this is our taxpayers' money. I think everybody should just take a look at it and see what we got for our money.
Cody, and there was a backlog, and you got the backlog dam broken, and you got the truck here in your first year. Like, it's great. Yeah, it's great. So good, Joe. Thanks for not missing out that chance to show off the new truck. And thanks, Teresa, for reminding me about the sidewalks. We'll move to public safety. I spoke to Jeff quick. Southside Drive, we just mentioned it briefly. Traffic is going around Route 23 and they're using Old Southside Drive. I verified with Jeff, the constable, that we do have a speed trailer. The speed sign for the town is located by the trailer park. But the sheriff's office is gonna give us a speed
It's already
trailer.
there.
Excuse me.
It's already there.
Yeah, it's fine.
The sheriff's speed trailer is there.
It's-
So good. Is there some distance between? I haven't been over.
They've been moving in different spots along Old Southside Drive.
Perfect.
I'll try and make
Great.
it too. I had the guys go over there with the mowers this week too, to trim back all the, brush and knotweed and stuff that's growing over because of the increased traffic. I think,
That'll
it's like
slow,
weekly complaints.
that'll slow people down too.
Yeah.
So.
It's just,
Yep. Okay, thanks for all of that. Okay, update, legislative committee, Teresa, please.
Trish, how about an update on, short-term rental advisory task force?
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. We did meet last night. The committee met last night, and let me just pull this out. We did have an attendee. I was hoping he would come tonight. His name is Pete Hansen. He lives at 52 Country Club Road. He just wanted clarification. He was at the planning board on Monday night, and he was there with concerns about his neighbor's short-term rental application. And he brought up things at the meeting that I didn't know about. Mr. Hansen worked at the country club, is that correct? And he had
He's on the board of directors.
board of directors, and they have to mitigate problems at the country club from, they feel it's due to visiting teams and stuff that go on, which I had no idea. So I didn't realize there were impacts of that nature until he brought that up to our committee. We were looking at the density issue. That's been an ongoing aspect of this, especially in the neighborhoods, as you know, Jefferson, Richards, Winnie Hill Commons. We're looking at 100-foot buffer around the properties, that might be something that the code office can use. Levi Anderson is on our committee. He's in the county GIS department, and he was able to teach us. He even had a training which Teresa and I attended at lunchtime one day, and shows how to manipulate the county GIS mapping. And also he demonstrated how it's pretty simple to represent 100 feet buffers around properties. So that's a tool we're looking into to incorporate into legislation. Also, we raised, we're trying to find the sweet spot with the work we're doing. We looked at raising our cap probably to 3.5%. So we're going to be looking at different things. We're working on trying to get the right recipe so we can, have a good balance, take advantage of short-term rentals in the community while doing our best to preserve our neighborhood character and neighborhoods, and just finding the right balance as this, continues to grow. So we're just trying to do good work here. I thank everybody who's serving on the committee for their hard work, and Teresa, you're one of the people, so thank you for that. I think that's everything on short-term rental, Teresa.
Question, Trish?
Mm.
When Mr. Hanson approached the planning board or the short-term rental, did you ask him if they did file a complaint with the code office?
Well,
I mean,
this
that's the
was
first time I've heard
the
of it.
approved. This was, he didn't file a complaint regarding the country club,
Okay.
but this was his first time. He got one of the certified mailings about the short-term rental next door, and so he attended the meeting
Right.
to be informed, and then he came to our meeting to get more informed.
Did anybody tell him to make sure if that happens again, that they send a complaint into the code department?
Yes, and we said reach out, if you don't know who the person is, try your neighbor first, you know, in good
No,
faith, and then go to the code.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and then if necessary, he said, well, what if the code office is closed? We said, then you please call the police if you can't reach anyone else. Thanks, Teresa.
All right, we've got lingering out there, the, proposed local law repeal and replace chapter 31, the town code ethics code, and, that was part of the activities of the ethics committee. We thank them for their hard work. They chose, the New York State Office of the State Comptroller model code as, with the appropriate modifications. So motion to open public hearing? Motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make the motion, is that?
Yep.
I'll move that we open the public hearing.
I'll second. You made the motion, Teresa?
Yeah, I did. Is that okay? Is that how you?
I thought Teresa did.
Whatever works.
Do you want to be first or second?
What?
No, she's first, he's
Trish
second.
and Kim, then
Yeah.
Michelle.
Okay,
I
I'm flexible.
You know, I entertain the motion.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, anybody want to speak? Members of the public, you've got up to 3 minutes if you want to speak to the public hearing on the proposed local law repealing or replacing chapter 31 of the town's ethics code. In the town code, the ethics part of the code. Anybody? Mr. Town Clerk, did you receive any correspondence?
Of course.
I'll make a motion to close public hearing.
Chris was doing our due diligence, right? I mean, nobody wishes to address.
You can offer it again, or no one's.
Anybody?
Offer 3 times, 2 times.
Did you get what time it started, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, motion closed.
I'll second, Teresa.
You're okay. Wait, did we vote on the opening of it?
Yes.
We did?
Well, we didn't officially vote on it, but we all.
So we go back and let's
No,
vote.
I think we're all in favor of opening the public hearing. Since it was.
We could vote.
Okay, we can post.
So we're gonna revote to open it.
Revote to open, revote to close, and, okay, thank you. Okay, let's do it again.
Yes.
Camera.
Yes.
Solid.
Yes.
Reduction.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Going once, going twice.
On any comments
All
on,
right, no
okay.
Okay, we're close.
With the closed public hearing.
Joe made the motion.
Joe made the motion, second by Riddell Kent.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's close public
Roll call.
Roll call.
DeSantis.
Yes.
Camerata.
Yes.
Halleran.
Yes.
Riddell Kent.
Yes.
Motion carries. Hearing is closed.
All right. Hearing is closed. Now are we ready to vote to approve the local law repealing and replacing chapter 31 of the town code ethics code.
Yes, we are ready to vote. If there's no objections, we should.
No discussion?
No discussion?
Need a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adopt the proposed local law repealing and replacing chapter 31 of the town code, ethics code.
Sophie, second.
Roll call. DeSantis?
Yes.
Cameron?
Yes.
Holler?
Yes.
McGuckin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. And yes, if we have to do any signing, let us know after the meeting, if we need to do anything. Okay, great.
And then, turning to the secretary, you're filing them from your office, or? Okay. And you're gonna let us know?
Yep.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Talk to Kelly, the paralegal.
Yeah.
And see your emails.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for something from her. I'll make a note of that.
And her name is Callie.
Kelly.
It's nice to know the people
With an
that
I?
Yes, with an I at the end.
Kelly.
Okay, it goes. Okay. Don't ask me how to spell it.
Those are good. Excellent. So,
Thank you, Dale, and to Patty Jacob, too.
all right, we've got minutes, if anybody wants to peruse, 5 pages of minutes. Monday, July 6th, we had our legislative committee at 5:15, and then it sort of just kept going because everybody was so into it, into workshop committee combined. We had a discussion about maybe having a special meeting to go over, to approve some of these, we were anticipating the upcoming resolutions, Highland Planning for comprehensive plan, and embed, and now climate smart communities. We proposed a date for special meeting Wednesday, July 22nd at 5 o'clock. I've gotten both, Tricia will check in with Will to see if it works, or if there's another suitable date and time. So hopefully, we're hoping to meet later in the month with a special meeting to be able to get those grants underway, or the applications underway. There's some various items on here. A point that Brett brought up, and I believe it's a good point. You know, trying to prioritize some of the stuff we're working on. Some of it's coming out of code office, abandoned shopping cart suggestion, and we had one from the court, from Justice Farrell, maybe providing a mechanism so past due fines can get attached to perhaps somebody's real property tax bill. You know, with other stuff we're working on, watershed protection law, monthly financial reports, and the data center moratorium. So there's a lot of stuff. Brett suggested putting them in order according to priority, and I think that's a good thing. Or at least knowing what's the priority of each thing, and trying to just sort of do a triage. I did mention in other towns, normally, I mean, most towns wouldn't even dream of tackling so much at once. Normally, they'll just go after 1 to 3 items and get through those first, so. You know, we talked a little bit about Cooperstown All-Star Village. I tried to put some detail in there for the town attorney. We're still looking for some, we just want to make absolutely sure we can proceed with our consideration of the zoning map amendment, because that parcel that will receive the parking lot is it's one parcel, but it's under 2 lighting districts. So, anyways, if anybody's interested, there's some copies over there. But we are continuing to plug along and work on things. And I had some time this month, so I scanned, and because we're hoping to be working on comprehensive plan soon, so I scanned. I the town clerk, in conjunction with other town staff, located the original comprehensive plans of the town, 1965 and 1973. So I scanned those in and uploaded them to the public town e-code. So if you want to read that 110 plus pages from 1965, please do. It's a very, very interesting document. So, that's all I got. Joe?
Chris, is there any so that PDD they're asking for is very crucial, for their progress forward on that piece, so it's time sensitive. Is there any progress on that at all?
I believe Keegan was looking at that, so I will get back to you. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I'll get hold of him.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it's time sensitive because, I mean, their build-out plan incorporates a new plan that's gonna be safe for that camp, and wants everybody to be safe over there, and it's an overpass over 205. So they'd like to get started by fall on this project so they can open on time for next year. So very, very important that we get some kind of, because they already had an application, if they gotta amend that application. I know that lighting district we're trying as a town to incorporate the lighting districts all in one district versus, but it's a process. You know, we have to do an inventory. We gotta submit it to the comptroller's office for approval. I know you have to look at it. So anything that you could do to give us some insight on that. Thank you.
Does that include the fire districts as well?
Yes, but they withdrew that application
They withdrew the application.
because that was gonna be they figured one thing at a time. Let's figure out this lighting district, similar situation. Fire district and lighting district have very similar, strange nuances. So
Well,
they,
the fire districts are a bit more defined and I mean, the lighting districts are a little, they've been fun.
weird.
That's weird, yeah, I know. It's like,
It's inexplicable, really, why it's such a legal juggernaut when you think about it. I mean, it's a fictitious, imaginary line
200 feet from the center of the road or something.
that literally could stop the wheels turning.
Well, it's like how does the light project? It's like, you're not benefiting from the light off the street lamp, so you don't have to pay 200 feet from the center of the road. I don't know.
you know, as we did the build out, we had Oneonta Fire Department along with West Oneonta Fire Department there for input, so,
Yeah.
you know, that's a shock to me that, you know, a line in the sand, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
So it would be good to see where the.
I don't think that's as big a deal as the light district because.
Correct.
Okay.
But they figured they gotta tackle one thing at a time. Prioritize, they're prioritizing what they need. They need parking
Make it easier. Hopefully.
and safety.
I realized I forgot something, because the town
Go ahead.
attorney's sitting right next to me and Trish. On page 3, data center moratorium, it was asked that we receive an update and a draft law to look at from the town attorney. I think the board is in the committee meeting is just we want to start working on that final law revision. And you were talking originally about making sure the justification of the law was in there, you know, how it affects the health of safety.
Now, as we presented it to the public, if we go back to the prior meetings, was that the idea of the moratorium is it buys the town time for the town to review its own code, to look at the broader community of the state and other municipalities, determine what best suits the needs of the town to craft the law to tackle those needs. So we can put together something, but that will be a draft. It will need to be reviewed and tackled. So the draft will be more of a blank slate, and then you could of course tailor that to as you need. So I was talking with Treasurer Will or someone on, we will get you a draft.
Okay.
But
Yeah, Will said you were working on it, and I know Will, the town of Dryden passed one, they were
Town
like,
of Dryden did one a
they
while
were the
ago.
first.
And ultimately, there is a state level moratorium
Right.
sitting at the desk of the governor.
Right,
So that would sort of supersede ours, and that would buy more time, and depending on how long that is going to be passed for, if it is passed. But the goal is for the town to take the review itself.
right, exactly.
Is there any timeline? I know it's a year, but like,
Ours or the state, sorry.
well, no, it's for ours,
Yeah,
not the
sorry.
state. So we have the year, like, do we have to demonstrate that we've done something in a timely fashion?
It's a good question. It's more kind of best practices, right, to kind of document what you can, talk about it in meetings, put it on record and things like that.
So we're talking about it, it's documented.
Yeah.
And if you give us a draft of Dryden's, I mean, at least it gets us a starting point, I
Sure.
guess. You know, obviously with the state, you know.
With the state lingering, it's a little different.
Poughkeepsie just gave themselves 3 years.
3 years with the state?
Well, no, Poughkeepsie, I think, just did, I think
Oh.
Poughkeepsie.
Oh, they just passed.
Ah.
Yeah, past one to 3 years is it 1
That's aggressive.
Now,
year.
isn't the date, the state, isn't there a certain, is it for the larger installations, or is it for any size? Data
It's a
center?
good
That was
question.
20 megawatt or more.
Yeah, off
or
the top of my
something?
head, I don't remember the megawatt, but there is, you know, it's not gonna be a
Or the-
complete ban, because like the town passed, there are exceptions, because you want to provide exceptions for certain things.
Yeah, if we could have something, almost anything to look at to get our minds, working on by,
We can send it, and,
cool.
you know, if you have any questions, if you see another town, like if the 50 just went through something, you want to send it to us for review, if you'd like something on it, just please give us an email, give us a call.
Something, parts we could adopt from other, municipalities. Pat, didn't we do Dryden? I can't even remember with
Dryden did a great job
with fracking too, though.
They were the first one.
And crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why reinvent the wheel? If you can take a whole bunch of that stuff out of there, why drive yourself nuts?
I was thinking it was the same Dryden again.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, Teresa, Chris will send that to us, and we can move forward on tweaking it, so that'd be great to have the board involved.
And I put all the other loose ends in here, just in case anybody wants to review them, so I'm good. We got facilities, technology, parks, next.
Okay, that's Joan Brett.
Go for it.
Yeah, pool update, we're open, yay!
Yay, yay.
Hottest week of the summer so far.
Yeah.
So we opened the pool. There are some conditions that Department of Health has on us for opening the pool this year. There's a miscalculation in the slope going from 4 foot to, it's supposed to be 5 foot, but it's actually 5'10". So we had to put up an extra line, an extra lifeguard. It will be corrected this fall, but the State Department was very, very good. They knew we wanted to open it on a Saturday, and between myself, Will, and Brett, we accomplished all the little things they wanted done, sent pictures in, and the regional director of the Department of Health, Lily, was really graceful and very appreciative of the work that she put in to get us the permit at 10:30 on a Friday night so we can open on Saturday. One other issue that we have to take care of, and I'm going to ask for a motion tonight for, there's a holding tank that the water goes into, and there's covers that are on top. We got to put a fence around that so kids don't trip or try to pull the cover off, even though we have locks on them. So I got a quote from Oneonta Fence for $46.50. $46.50. So I'll entertain a motion for that too. And then we're gonna have grand opening for the pool on July 24th, 5:30 to 7. It's on our website. Clinton from the code office is gonna be our celebrity DJ for the night. Oneonta Lions Club is gonna do popcorn. We're gonna have giveaways of some sunglasses and some other goodies. I think Will's working on, or actually Nicole got, I think $1,000 from the county.
We also got money last year for it, but it never opened.
Yeah.
So there's additional money there.
So it should be a good time. Hopefully we'll have a good turnout. The lifeguards, I've been there quite a bit. The lifeguards are right on top of it. They're doing their rotation. They're really paying attention. And they're doing a great job. And thanks to Cody and his staff for helping us out too. I forgot to mention that you guys helped us out too, so.
Thank you. You
Appreciate
put a lot
it.
of time in there.
Yeah. That's all I have.
There's been a lot of time. I'll make a motion that we approve the purchase of the fencing for $4,650 for the pool. What was the area we're enclosing again, please?
It's the holding tank.
The holding tank area. I made a motion.
Second that.
I'll second.
DeSantis,
Yes.
Cameron,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Delcatz.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Anything else under facilities, technology, and parks?
RFP for the pavilion will be going out, Ryan, tomorrow, is it?
Yep.
So for the pavilion in Fortin, the Grove Pavilion, there's an RFP for the reconstruction of it. That will be posted tomorrow.
The specs are modified. It's there now, and I think Alex is just tweaking the specs, I think. Or there's something that's being
No.
No, it's already
updated.
done.
No, it's all done.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
all-
I
it's
thought
all-
there was another aspect. Okay,
I don't believe so.
great. Anything else on that? I wanted to ask Joe, you had a copy of a portable lift for handicapped accessibility to the pool. And actually Ryan has gotten a couple of calls, he said, on people inquiring about that. So it looks like that's something that we will be addressing. And Joe, if you could get us maybe one or two more of these quotes for the,
Well,
we could do it in August is what I'm saying. If you do your homework, we could get this approved in August, we could put it forward.
Well, I did the homework already. So 21st Century, I asked them for a quote, and I spoke to them on the phone. And actually, this is off of, this pool company.
SR Smith is a
It's
reputable
it's
brand.
actually cheaper to buy it ourselves than it is through 21st Century. So, we could shop it around, but I think I found one. This is what I printed. There's one for $9,899. I think there's one that was $8,900. So it's just a difference of a couple options on it. But it's basically 10 grand.
Sure, if you just want to do a printout of, the other ones, just to supply it, so you can, just like looking at the same item,
Yep.
in comparison shopping, and just include that, and we could put it on August. Will you make sure you get that over, Joe, for August? If is it a time-sensitive thing, I'm assuming, or what was the timeline on this?
There's no timeline on it.
I mean, are you anxious? Okay, it's up to you, just submit it when you
It's
want
not-
it.
It's not a requirement from the Department of Health. Just,
Sure, well, when you want it, just get it to the agenda.
Is that because we're a municipality or because they make that mandate or requirement?
And we have the
We-
budget for it.
the plans that they submitted didn't include, we had one from, 30 years ago. It's outdated, we don't have specs for it, so, we're not allowed to put it back in because the Department of Health wants the specs on it. So unfortunately, you have to go out and buy a new one. And we gotta show them the specs if that's what we wanna do.
Right.
you know, we had it in our original bid package. I think it was like $5,600. But Caitlin felt that, you know, it just sits there, we haven't used it. And now all of a sudden, people are calling, emailing. There's no guarantee that.
But that was for a permanent one. This is a portable, which is
A lot more money.
a lot more money, and the permanent one can no longer be installed because of bonding requirements, which would have had to gone under the concrete. And put above the concrete, that's a trip hazard, so you're losing in any direction. So it has to be portable, so the portable is significantly more expensive.
Where's that gonna live over the pool?
Well, we got a storage shed. You know, it might be another option. We might have to put up another shed or a bigger shed or exchange it out or, so it's not just, you know. So we gotta talk about it and see.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Weather will be its worst enemy, so we need, if we're gonna make that kind of investment, we need to know that we can protect it.
So we'll have further discussions on it.
Anything else? And thanks for your work. Okay,
Might
good.
be have to be budget item for next year.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then do next year. then. Okay, anything else? Let's see. We're up to the point where we're gonna accept, vote to accept the minutes of the June town board meeting. I'll make the motion, Ryan, you did a great job. There were 2 town board meetings in June. Do you want to do them together or separate?
Just June together.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of both June town board meetings.
Second.
Thank you, Teresa.
You're in the hot seat now.
Okay, I guess you can
All
call
right,
a
I guess I
roll.
gotta do it.
DeSantis.
Yes.
Camera.
Yes.
Hall.
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Motion.
Okay, then approve payment of the bills and payment transfers. Usually the people that sign make the motion.
Are we gonna read out the range of bills and put it into the minutes?
I don't have it in front of me. I do my part
The
tomorrow.
abstract is in
Huh?
The abstract has got it.
Okay.
Okay. So did people that signed the bills want to make the motion?
Make a motion to pay the bills according to the abstract numbers listed.
Thank you. A second from anyone who signed the bills? Okay, I'll make the motion to second.
DeSantis.
Yes.
Camera.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. And we're back to the part of the meeting, privilege of the floor. One more final opportunity for anyone who wishes to address the board, up to 3 minutes. So here's the opportunity.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Eamon.
Oh, yeah, Aiden Hinchy,
Oh, sorry.
295 Emmons Hill Road. I just wanted to make a comment about the watershed protection law that I see in the legislative minutes here. It's not because David's not here tonight, he usually is, I would say this if he was here too. I have concerns about prohibiting campgrounds. I think it's a slippery slope in the watershed. I think a green belt, like they do to protect watersheds, would actually be more comprehensive. It would actually prohibit some of the terrible logging that happened right next to streams that we ran into last year. And just banning campgrounds, what do we ban next in the watershed? So I just personally, with experience in this kind of realm, think a green belt, which would be like a setback 100, 150 feet from all streams that come into a watershed area, could be a more comprehensive, better protection overall. Because a well-run, clean campground has way less impact than residential development. We're not going to ban that. So just wanted to throw that out there for thoughts in going forward.
Okay. Thank you, Eamon. Pat Jacob?
I was just gonna thank the town for keeping the pool free for the kids who live there.
That was always important to Pat Jacob as a board member.
What's that,
And
Pat?
Keep it
Keeping
free.
the pool free for
Oh,
the kids
yeah.
who live here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
huge.
we don't charge, right?
Yeah.
We don't charge anyone.
Yeah.
And then
It's
the
like
lessons start this week. I mean, those kids, I mean,
There's
just,
been a lot of kids there.
yeah.
I mean, because they can't go to the city pool, you know, they think it's nothing, a couple of bucks a day, but if you have a bunch of kids, it's a lot of money for a family.
Yeah, while I was working there, weeks prior to, cleaning up stuff and, people stopped all the time, when are you gonna open, So, I mean, it definitely, it's definitely great for the West End.
It's wonderful.
They walk there, you see them walk, the kids walk, oh, I gotta get to the pool, they're all walking down the street, getting there, so
They
it's
need
great.
to have a place where they can cool off and have fun, and it doesn't break a family. That's right, with all the other stuff families are paying for. This is
It's
a wonderful thing.
It's another place, I mean, hopefully we get some grant money, hopefully someone sees that opportunity, for, another egress for the school and a pavilion and, pickleball courts, that would really make that
You'll
part.
have a whole bunch of new complaints though from the
Yeah.
people who live over
Yeah,
there.
we already heard,
Yeah.
I mean, there were tennis courts there
I play it,
before.
So I can say.
yeah,
It's loud.
Oh, it gets rowdy.
and it seems like,
No, the balls, it's a thwack, thwack, thwack.
Oh, I thought it was the players are getting.
No, no,
Okay.
it's the balls that people complain.
and then there's a city line, and it seems like the city people, right? But they use our pool, whatever.
That's right.
But anyway, thank you guys.
Thanks. Rich?
Rich Harlow, Oneonta. I grew up in Weston Avenue, and I had a wonderful appreciation for that pool when I was a kid, and so I'm glad it's available for other kids who are growing up in West End. I wanted to give a shout out to Joe and Nicole, because they helped clean up the town roads during the storm, and I applaud them for that. And then you had mentioned that Pete Hansen had showed up at a planning board meeting. He's on the board at the country club. Maybe you ought to ask him if the country club gets money from Cooperstown All-Star Village for the use of the golf course. The parents weren't here to support the All-Star Village, then the All-Star Village won't be in a position to give money to the country club. This is saying.
Thank you for sharing that. Anything else? Okay. With nothing further, I'll make a motion, or I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Second? Anyone second?
I'll second it.
Joe second. Okay, and I guess all in favor, right, Ryan?
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you for coming out.